Hey guys, what's going on? Okay, I got my front assembly all taken apart and cleaned, inspected, and what I did find was a very slightly bent hinge pin here. This is pretty hard to see probably on camera, but it is indeed has a very slight bend to it. So I'm going to go ahead and replace it. The other thing I found was one bad pinion bearing. I think it's this one. I have to go through and feel it. Yeah, this one's bad, rough. So I just went in my bearing box over here, grabbed a new one out. We're going to put that in. And this is a pretty good example of why we tear our vehicles down completely and inspect them for worn or bad parts. You're not going to feel or see that with it on the vehicle, being that hinge pin being bent very slightly. Wouldn't even have noticed it. Probably wouldn't really affect too much handling, but once they start to bend, they bend easier and easier each time. So I have to dig through my my pit box here. I got my charger hooked up to my phone, so it's kind of hard for it to stretch. Kind of running out of space here, so I've got a brand new pack of hinge pins. Actually, I've got, I believe, yeah, I've got 3 packages of hinge pins. So, but this is exactly why we tear them down and inspect them. I would have never noticed that if I would have just sprayed it off with water or whatever and just did a quick cleanup. So yeah, that's pretty much the reason why we do this. Other than that, everything else held together real well. There's nothing else damaged. The shocks still feel real good. Like I said, it was only run one race day, so I'm not really going to go ahead and build the shocks because I only have one more big race left after, if I can make it this weekend, to State Line in Indiana for the Saturday night shootout. That's what I'm anticipating and trying to get ready for, is that race. Before the next race of the last Michigan State Championship Series, I'll probably go through and rebuild my shocks and my differentials and all that, just so for next season I'll be ready to go. So yep, what I'm going to do over here is take my parts. I'm going to move the bearings out of the way. And these 2 screws I know have Loctite that go into them, so I'm going to move them off to the side. And let me get my pit bag here, grab a can of WD-40 and just lightly spray all my parts, or I should say screws. And that's it. Give them a little coating so they don't rust, because like I said, the other track is using calcium chloride. And I want to preserve the parts as long as I can. So these are going to get Loctite. That's why I moved them off to the side. And that is it. So I'm going to go ahead and start reassembling this, the front end. And once that's clean, I'm going to move over to the next section. Like I was saying, these bearings still, I just replaced them before the Bill Bridges benefit race that I attended. And they're still really good, and these are cheap bearings, very cheap bearings, inexpensive, and they're still feeling extremely good, so there's no need to replace them. But what I do is, you know, their dirt and stuff builds up on the shields, so I'll just take the towel, drag the bearing across there, kind of wipe off the shield, make sure they're good and clean, and that's it. So we're going to put this thing together really clean. And like I say, just wipe your bearings off if they're good. Get majority of the dirt off them, reinstall them, and you're good to go. Any questions or anything, guys, like I said, feel free to comment and ask away, and I'll do the best I can to answer them. I appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned for the next part. Thanks, guys.